Welcome to Midweek Motivation, starring your host, Darren Chilson, and also host, Trevor Lee.
Straight from the mountain to your street, giving you a taste of something sweet. So don't go away, sit down, take a seat. It's Midweek Motivation, now let's drop this beat, man. That's my dog. Let's go.
Welcome to Midweek Motivation, real conversations with real people about a very real God. We have a very real person, not Trevor.
Hi.
Trevor's not real.
The jury's still out on him, but we are glad that you're here. We're glad that Lindsey is here,
Yes.
our very own K3 director.
Yep.
Is that right? Okay. So if you haven't been around Parkway long, then you don't know that we change titles around here.
Very
like,
quickly.
and not
Like every 2
not
weeks.
not large changes. Usually like very small changes.
Yeah.
In 3 years, I've had 3 different titles that are basically the same thing.
Have you done a different job any of those 3 years?
Well, actually, I have done a different job
I feel
almost
like you've
all
just
3 of these
added
years, so.
to your job each year.
This is the only year I haven't added something new to my job.
Oh, that's right. You gave something to me.
Yes. Yeah, I actually gave up things.
That probably means you're doing a good job then.
Well, so my goal in life,
Don't make
right,
his head
or
bigger.
my goal in my professional life is to be utterly useless. Okay?
You are succeeding at an astronomical level, sir.
So let me clarify. Okay, so in Ephesians we talk about the work of the pastors, right, is to equip the saints for ministry, right?
Right.
Therefore, right, my role in my tech and production role is to train so many volunteers so well that they don't need me to do anything,
Yeah.
right? They can troubleshoot things, they can set things up, they can create new things, like all of that completely without me, right? That's how I know I've done a good job. And then especially if they can then train other people, train other volunteers, right? So Josh Cruz is fantastic.
Oh, we got a Josh Cruz.
Josh is one of a kind. He's fantastic.
He should be a guest
We have a
on the
ton
show.
of great volunteers. He should be on the show.
I agree.
I'll put him on sometime.
I mean, it was my idea, but yes.
I think he's another one of those that has never seen this show. I'm fairly confident. That
Then
wouldn't
he
surprise
should be fired, and I don't want him here.
me. Luckily, we don't pay him.
All right, then he can come.
We let somebody else pay him, and then we get all of his talents for free.
That's right.
Yeah, so eat that. We win. That's how ministry works. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, we are here with our K3 director, Lindsey Holzapfel.
Holzapfel.
Come on, bro.
I always go to Apple. I always think
Apple.
Apple.
Well, it does mean wooden apple.
Right. But so I got to think more.
Oh, yeah, because it's German.
It is German origin,
German.
right? Holzapfel.
Holzapfel.
You know what? Shout out to Pastor Andy, who I think on Sunday
Said
for
it
the very
right.
first time.
Yeah. I think he's the first person that ever said it right.
No, I've been saying it right.
I think I've been saying, or I think I've continually gone with too much Apple, like Holzapfel.
Yeah.
Right? I've probably said it too American and too.
You got to channel your inner German. Holzapfel.
Well, in high school, my nickname was Waffle because it rhymed with Holzapfel. So just think waffle. Less apple, more waffle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
then
waffles are wonderful.
Yeah. If you're not allergic to gluten,
Well, that's true.
which I am.
There is that.
When I was with the Hungry team going, we stopped in Germany. We had to layover, so we had to go through customs in Germany. And the lady actually thought I was returning home.
That's awesome.
And
Did
then,
she try to speak to you in German?
yeah, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're one of the only like people coming home I've seen today." And then she like looked at my passport again, and she's like, "Oh, you're not German."
And you said 9.
What nationality is Lindsey?
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't think Lindsey itself is German.
Oh, absolutely. That is so American.
Holzapfel. I'm going to go with that. Yes, I got it right.
Holzapfel,
Well,
good job.
welcome, Lindsey Holzapfel, the world's greatest K3 director. You are full-time now, officially as of, was it June?
June.
As of June. So let's talk, first, let's talk about something big that's coming up, right? Probably the largest kids event we do on the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely requires the most of the building.
Yeah.
Well, summer camp probably does a little bit more,
That's true. But the sheer amount of children, it's probably
yes,
the biggest event.
definitely the most. So tell us what's coming up Friday.
Yeah. So Friday's Halloween, but it's also Candyland on the Mountain. Most importantly, yeah. So we're expecting 1,000+ people to come through our building, giving away 64,000 pieces of candy. So it's gonna be crazy. The goal is to provide a safe trick-or-treating experience, but while having people come into our church and then saying like, hey, come back.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because people do come back. And even up until September, we had a new family come, and I was asking the girls like, how'd you guys hear about Parkway? And they were like, oh, we came to Candyland last year. Like 11 months prior, they came to Candyland. So cool. And they were like, yeah, we're just trying to find a church, and we remember coming here for Candyland, and they've been here ever since. So
I love that.
Yeah, it definitely brings families into our church, which is really exciting, and then they get to hear about Jesus and hopefully meet Jesus. Yeah.
I love that we do stuff like that, and that's the exact reason we do things like that. It's not because the certain number of people are going to show up to church that Sunday, right? It's not just for that Sunday. It's for, I think of it like this. The church should have programs where we do something that actually meets a real need that they care about, right? So we know they have a spiritual need. They may not know they have a spiritual need, right? They may not be aware of that, or they may not care, right? So if we can meet a need that they do care about, when the opportunity comes, or when they come to a moment, like everybody at different points in life, they come to crisis moments, and they start to consider spiritual things, right? They have an awakening for whatever reason. So what I love about that is, now I don't know what happened in this family's life. Maybe they just woke up and decided like, we really should go to church. Like, who knows? It's different for every family. But what's beautiful is because of Candyland, right? Because we were there, because we put this event on, they chose to come here, right? Ton of great churches in the valley, right? A lot of great places would send people. I think we're the best, but I'm a little biased.
We are.
I'm a little biased, but that's okay. You should be a little biased to your church, right? If you're sitting in your church on Sundays and you're thinking like, we're not as good as this other church, like, why are you there, right? And also, make it better.
Yeah. Become better than that
this is your community, right? Improve it. So don't hate on your church, and don't play that comparison game, right? You should be proud of your church, right? And if you're not proud of your church, you should ask yourself some weird questions.
Like hating on your own church. Like, why are you going there?
Yeah, don't hate on your own church.
But it does happen.
It does. It's a very strange thing.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's very, very strange.
Candyland is the quietest event that we have all year.
Yeah, it's going to be silent.
Like very little noise.
It takes like very little work to put on.
That's true. That's true. I've heard that.
It's really putting all the dentist offices out of business.
Yes.
We're actually sponsored by the dentist.
Are we giving out toothbrushes at the end?
No, just more candy.
Make sure you floss.
More and more candy. Yeah. So
Sour Patch flavored floss.
So right now, as we record, that sounds horrible.
Kids would use it.
I would.
I really want to Google that. Right, somebody needs to Google that right now and figure out if that actually exists.
I think I just found my new business model.
So right now, the entire first floor is in the middle of being transformed.
Yes.
So the trees, the candy cane forest is. I walked in there the other day through the candy cane forest, and I expected someone to hand me a candy cane or some kind of a mint. And no one did.
No.
And I was very disappointed. But it was
there.
I mean, they don't sleep here.
Well, that's true. I don't know. Miss Debbie spends a lot of time here setting up that room. She might have slept here one year or two. She does such a great job, and she always does such a great job coordinating that for the worship team. She's fantastic. I'm sure other people do a fantastic job, but that's the one I know about because I'm connected to the worship team.
It looks really great. That's one of the questions I ask staff kids a lot because they know like this building really well. Is if you if you were forgotten here, where would you sleep?
That's awesome. That's a good question.
Like a fun little question.
Oh, yeah.
And they really think about it. And so your kids, both of your children, I think have plans on like if you forget them here, like where they would sleep.
Do you remember what Lacey said? Because I'm very curious.
Not specifically. So if kids have been in Carly's office, typically that's the answer.
Yeah, Carly's office is pretty good.
I'm reserving Darren's futon in his office. That's mine.
Yeah, it does fold out.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever slept on it, but it is a relatively new futon. But I have been tempted. Like this afternoon, the door might get shut.
Yeah, Wednesdays are long days. So.
Yeah, if you hear some snoring, don't be alarmed. It's just me catching
It's just
up.
me sitting down.
Yeah. Yes, I can absolutely see staff kids having some fun responses because all of the staff kids, like they're the ones that have been everywhere in the building.
Yeah.
Like especially my kids. I think my kids have seen behind every locked door because they'll follow me because I get to do maintenance-y things and behind the scenes things. So they follow me around to seeing things. Like the first time that I opened up the baptistry doors, they were blown away. They had no idea it existed.
These exist.
It was the coolest thing.
I always wondered how you got up to the baptistry. Pull out the thing in the wall.
Yes. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, and if you've never been baptized, you like this seamless segue here, right? Yeah. If you've never been baptized, or if you feel like your next step is baptism, we do have a baptism coming up on November the 16th, right? We did just baptize 9, something like that the other day. We baptized like 18 in September. And so we were talking one day, like, are we doing too many baptisms? Like, well, we'll know we're doing too many baptisms when we have nobody.
People stop signing
right?
up. Yeah.
And it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So,
well, and you know what? We have
it.
we have a good track record too, because only one of those was not a full baptism.
Yeah. We won't say who, right? Now, and we're not legalistic. It still counts, but we do have a fun time with a staff member who did baptize that person. Actually, that's happened a couple of times, and we enjoy it. It's fun. Now,
I don't
look.
think I know what's going on.
Oh, we'll tell you about it later.
Yeah,
we wouldn't want to call Brentley out. I mean, sorry. Sorry. We wouldn't want to call Brentley out like that.
Did he not fully?
Well, one of the individuals he baptized may not have made it fully immersed, right?
Okay.
Right now, in his defense, right? If you have never baptized a human being, especially an adult, right? You don't know how difficult that actually is, right? Now, kids have their own challenges. You've gotten to baptize a whole lot of kids.
Yeah.
Some of the kids, they're so short, you almost have to hold them up while they're in there.
Yeah.
Because they don't float very well and they can't touch. And then, otherwise they baptize themselves before they, before we get all the way through the thing. But yes, it is a thing that happens. And you kind of have to, it's also difficult to get people all the way back up. Right? Sometimes people will lock their knees so they don't, everybody needs to bend your knees just a little bit.
Just relax.
Yes.
Yeah.
Relax. They'll take care of you.
Yeah. Just go with it. The water does most of the work, right? And the pastor who's baptizing you does the rest. But it is more challenging. In Brentley's defense, it is more challenging than it looks. If you've never done it.
Yeah.
It is more challenging.
And it's a little, I think people don't realize that sometimes it's also nerve-wracking for the person who's baptizing.
Yes.
Like, I think a lot of people think you get used to it, but I mean, I've done it a few times now, and I just don't look out. Like, I just pretend like no one's
That's
there.
a good strategy.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy. And I'll tell you this, all right, if you've never been on stage, if you've never had to speak in front of people or do anything, then you don't know what this is like. So I'm just going to demystify this for you a little bit, right? The worst thing you could possibly have to say in front of someone is something that everybody in the room knows, right? Like, we use the same baptism liturgy pretty much everybody, right? Pastor Mike does his own thing because he's Pastor Mike and Canadian,
and he wears pants,
right?
Like stands there,
Yes, he wears jeans.
So
the only pastor I know is that baptizes in jeans.
There's something wrong
terrible.
with him. Yeah,
he's a special.
I think the denim does something to the water.
Well, I think the denim is a Canadian thing. It's,
well, isn't that like the Canadian?
That's a Canadian tuxedo.
Make sure if you buy a vest, like a vest that you wear, make sure you let Pastor Mike know to let him know that you are invested.
Ooh,
his own words.
He is very invested.
He loves it when people are invested.
Yes. But yeah, when you're in front of people and you're repeating something from memory that everybody knows, right? it is nerve-wracking. Not because, like, okay, for example, so I've had to say John 3:16 in front of people on the stage.
Lovely.
Everybody inside a church, outside a church knows that, right?
Yeah.
Close enough that they're going to know if you mess that up,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Like the national anthem.
Right? The national anthem, right? It's now one, that's a difficult thing to sing, right? I mean, a cappella,
Come on.
it's challenging.
Nobody said it's not challenging.
Oh, say.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not going to finish it.
well, that's good because all of our viewers would have immediately. It's the same reason I'm not going to sing.
To a 3-minute dialogue of just me singing. Oh, say, can you?
But yes, all that to say, baptism's happening on the 16th.
Yes.
So if that's something that you are interested in, if you feel like that's your next step, we'd love to help you do that. You can go to parkroanoke.com/baptism and you can sign up there and learn more. There's even a class you can take the Wednesday before that'll explain some things.
And if it's a child who's interested in being baptized, we have baptism classes on the first Wednesday of every month. So it's a little bit more digestible for a child to understand baptism. And it's just as much for the parents as it is the kiddos. So that's coming up in next week.
Sweet.
And does our wonderful K3 director get to teach that?
Yeah. I do get to teach it. It's actually one of my favorite things.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
It's
really
fun.
Cool. Yeah.
So Lindsey, tell
I
us,
just hurt my back. I'm sorry.
Trevor.
I'm struggling over here.
Lindsey, this is your future. I don't know if you know this. This is the future you have to look forward to. About the time
so
you hit
bad.
30, you become this.
Oh, man.
I think you'll have more hair when you hit 30 than he does, but
Don't worry. I'll find Tylenol later. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
that's good. We weren't doing a thing. It's fine. Just control your pain over there.
It's
To take a few deep
up right now, man. Just all the way up the right side of my back.
Hey, it's good for you. It builds character.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
We good now?
I'm ready. Just a little short
Your
on breath. We're
sciatica
good.
done acting up now? That's okay.
I'm okay.
This is what happens when you get old, Lindsey. Sorry. But yeah, tell us. So you've been on staff now full time for, what are we at? 6 months? Are we at 6 months?
So. June, July, August, September, October, 5 months.
5 months. Okay. So you've been full time 5 months, but you've been with us a little bit longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About a year and a half. I came here as an intern the summer after my junior year. And then
And where did you go to school?
I went to Liberty University.
The Liberty University.
Down
Go
the
Flames.
road. Go Flames. Go LU.
Maybe we can get a sponsorship from them. That's
Doubt
what
it.
we need to do. That's what, you know what?
Yeah.
Can you put in a good word with some folks over there?
Will a Baptist university sponsor a Wesley
They're
podcast?
not Baptist. They're non-denominational.
I mean,
Okay, like whatever, but they're non-denominational.
yes, officially they are non-denominational.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's okay. No, everyone thinks they're Baptist. It's actually interesting. A lot of my professors were a part of different denominations. Like my theology professor was Presbyterian. That was an interesting one. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
Well, I think at a certain point, once an organization reaches a certain size,
Yeah.
it's hard for it to be stuck to one complete ideology,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
No matter what it is, like even political organizations, all those things. You know, it just when you get that many humans involved in it, right? You have just diverse opinions about things. So naturally, you're going to have different upbringings and things like that. So yeah, it's good to know they are officially non-denominational.
Officially.
I didn't actually know that. I actually thought they were Baptist.
See,
they were a Baptist.
you learned us something new today.
I did learn something new today. I like that.
Nice. Sorry.
Yeah. So you went to Liberty. What did you study at Liberty?
I studied digital media and journalism, not children's ministry. And then I did have a minor in Christian leadership. So, and I should have known that I didn't want to do media because every elective I had, I was taking like Bible classes or ministry classes. And now looking back, I'm just like, why wasn't I taking more of like what I thought was fun?
Yeah.
Like this, anyway. So, but yeah, I studied digital media and journalism with a focus in video production.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and folks, I've seen some of her stuff. It's fantastic. And if you are, I'll
okay.
you don't have to toot your own horn. I'll do it for you. I saw your senior project. It was fantastic. So because I got to see that before we hired you, because I got to evaluate a little bit. It was fantastic. It was awesome, and I'm a little disappointed I don't get to use your skills in that world more often. But
I'm not.
To see it.
You're
disappointed.
you are definitely in your wheelhouse with the kids. So I will happily share you and let you disciple my kids. I'm happy to have you doing that. So, but I'll also say, if you are not currently following the Parkway Kids Facebook page, you need to go do that right now. Just search Parkway Kids. Got a little green icon. It's the Parkway logo. And you'll know you're in the right spot when you find the cutest videos of Aaliyah and Sloan.
Yeah, and
Harmony.
My little actresses, best actresses ever. They're going to be anchoring the news one day.
Dude, look, somebody said we just have really dramatic staff kids.
Yeah.
Some of that is true. But what's fantastic is they're very skilled and very comfortable. Like they're really, really good.
Yeah.
Like if we wanted to make a bunch of money creating a YouTube channel or, TikTok channel or something with them, like we could do it.
So they actually should be the new hosts of Midweek.
They probably should.
Oh man, can you imagine?
like Lacey, Harmony, Sloan, and Aaliyah. Oh my gosh.
Lacey would not be short of things to talk about.
What if we just snap right now and just replaced all three of us with them? Ready? So, no, it doesn't work that way, guys. I don't have footage of them doing that. I mean, I could, but we don't.
We have to get waivers signed to have the kids on the screen. Okay?
That, and they might be in school.
Yeah, yep, they do have to get educated. That's important.
But yes, go follow the Parkway Kids Facebook page. What you've done with the social media of our Kidsmen department has been fantastic on a whole nother level. It's amazing.
Very fun.
It's fantastic. You're very professional. You're very good at it. I love
and
it.
you can tell the difference between somebody who went to school to be a kid's pastor or leader and is kind of just going through the motions, and the contrast between them and somebody who's actually passionate about it. Because I mean, you can just see it every Sunday. Like you're not putting on a fake smile. Like you actually enjoy doing this, which is really cool to see.
Oh, that is sweet. Yeah, I do love it. It's like the best job in the world. I don't know why anyone would not want to be a kids pastor.
I could give you a few reasons.
I have a couple of reasons, but see, so you bring up a great point, right? So this leads kind of my next question. Like one, we talk in Equip all about your shape, and it's actually what we're talking about in Equip tonight. Yeah. So when you've been through Equip, so we talk about your shape and how you're gifted, right? I tell people all the time, I'm not gifted in kids ministry. I only have 2 speeds, right? Especially now that I'm old and I'm a dad, I only have 2 speeds. I can have a ton of fun with the kids and somebody might die, or they will sit there in complete silence in tears, right? Because I'll keep them under control, but they're going to be afraid of me, right? I don't have that middle ground, right? I can't do that. I have a really struggle. I can do it kind of with my kids, but I'm not gifted in a way that I can be firm and kind all at the same time, especially not with other people's kids. I can't do that. It's just not my gifting, right? That's why I don't do kids ministry. I have done kids ministry and not done it well, right? Because that's not my gifting. But I love what you just said. I don't understand why anybody would not want to be a kids pastor. Yeah. And that right there is evidence that, one, you understand your purpose, right? And you're in the right role. Because I feel the same way, like just more in general, like I don't understand why people don't want to work in church. Like the stuff I get to do, like it amazes me. Like I looked at Josh last night. We were having worship practices. Look, Josh, he's like, I can't believe I get to do this. I was like, I can't believe they pay me to do this.
I know.
What a joke.
Right.
Like
we have that conversation often.
It's the coolest possible thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous blessing to serve the church. We love it. And I did it for a long time and took it for granted. And I regret that because I spent 5 years working in the corporate world, working in retail of all places. And nothing I think will make you appreciate something more than working in retail, right? Working in retail, customer service, or food service, like those are things I think everybody should have to experience at some point, right? Because you're going to learn to treat people differently. Right?
Yeah.
Like not everybody, is super kind all the time.
You really learn sarcasm, I think, in that kind of job too. I picked up a lot of mine begrudgingly.
Yeah.
From that.
I mean, and not
field.
always in the best of ways.
Not the best of ways. No, I was a little sarcastic before that, but it really kind of hardened me. I was like, man, people are jerks, dude. People are jerks.
It can be. Yeah. All right. So, well, we went on a tangent there. Sorry.
Derail.
But, you know, what would the show be without the rabbit trails? But tell us, we talked about discovering your purpose, discovering your shape, and all those things. So obviously you knew, right, at some point while you're in college, like, you know, media is fun, production's cool, broadcast is fun, but this is not the thing that excites me, right? So was there a moment that was kind of the catalyst where you just realized, like, I need to be in kids ministry?
Yeah. Well, so while I was at school, I was a part of a ministry team called Youth Quest, and we traveled around doing like D-Now Christian conferences for student ministries, and churches would hire us and we came out. So that's what I spent my weekends in college doing starting my sophomore year, and I was the videographer. So that was like, to me, it was like, this is good experience in my field, and I get to have good friends who love Jesus and want to do this with me. It was the coolest way to spend my college years. And so I was doing that, and then I got an internship at, you know, a bigger church in Tennessee doing video all summer. And it was fine. Like, it was fun. I liked it. But I was at middle school camp there to take photos and video. And I was at like lunch in the cafeteria. And I was sitting with the other media people, right? And we're all just sitting there. And I was like so sad I wasn't sitting with the students and just like hanging out with them and like talking about like what we just learned in the session and stuff like that. And I was like, and I knew I loved Youth Quest. Like I so enjoyed it. It was like the best thing I had ever been a part of. And so I was like, maybe this isn't about the media, like part of it. Yeah. And so continued my time on Youth Quest. And then, my junior year, I was like, I don't want to do this. And I took for a semester, my minor was Christian leadership. So I just only took my minor classes. And so I was just like taking Bible classes and ministry classes. And that summer was coming up. That church asked me to come back and do the same thing. And I was like, that doesn't sound super fulfilling. Yeah. And so I was like, Lord, like, please give me one more summer doing what I love. Like, before I have to go get a job using my degree, like, please let me have one more summer. Yeah. And then literally the next day, through a friend of a friend, Cassidy Spencer was in marching band at Liberty, and a girl in marching band with her, like, texted this big group chat I was in and was like, hey guys, my friend Cassidy's church is looking for interns. Would any of you be interested? And so I texted Erin is her name, and I was like, Erin, like, how do I get more information? And so she sent me Cassie's number, whatever, went through the whole process and to become an intern. And for me, this was like one more summer getting to do what I enjoyed. And I was in Next Gen Ministry. And at the time, I still thought like my passion was student ministry. But I did stuff with kids camp, and then on Sundays. And the whole time I was like, every Sunday I want to be in K3 ministry. And then I spent a few weeks with John doing student ministry, and the whole time I was like, I wish I was with the kids. Yeah. And it was so fun, and I loved the students, and like, I mean, I still like chat with them and see them. But so then Pastor Andy was like, offered me a part-time job my senior year in just doing kids stuff. And then it was crazy, actually, in December, like a week before I left for Christmas break. And he was like, how's it going? Like, how are you liking your position? And at the time I was just doing like Wednesday nights with K3, and then like wherever they kind of needed help on Sunday morning, and then helping launch special needs ministry stuff. And I was like, well, when I graduate, I'd like, when this year is over, because it was a year position, I'd like to work full time at Parkway doing K3 ministry. And at the time, they had a K3 director. Like, so I was like,
I would like my friend Austin's job, please.
Yeah, I would like Austin's job. And I wasn't like, I wasn't trying. He was just like, if you could do anything, like whatever. And I loved Austin, and he was doing a great job, and like, it wasn't malicious in any way. But I was just like, I would love to do that. And he was like, okay, like, you know, that's good to know, whatever. Like, I love that you love K3. Because that's very much Andy's heart as well. Yeah. And so then literally, like, Christmas break, I don't even think it was the Sunday before I left for Christmas. And I found out that, you know, Austin was, you know, moving on to another opportunity. And Andy came and found me, and he was like, well, wasn't our conversation timely? Like, that was crazy. We literally had it not even a week prior. Yeah. And at the time, neither of us knew that this position was going to be open. And so, yeah, and then in January, I kind of started taking more responsibility in K3. It was kind of a nice gradual thing because I was still in school and I'm having to graduate. And then, then I started full time once I did graduate. So it was just wild. And I tell people like at school, because that's like the point of your senior year. Everyone's like, do you have a job? Are you going? Like, what's your plan? And I was like, I have a job. There's a plan. And I was like, but literally I could not have done this. Like, it was like, so, and that's how I knew it was like the purpose of the Lord, because like things just happened.
Right.
Like, so, like I couldn't have tried to make this happen.
Yeah. You can't just explain that stuff away.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the coolest things that if you look through your story, and I think this is true in a lot of our stories, like you're not really sure what you're doing, right? You're not really sure where you're supposed to be, because God's not always like super clear, right, in the moment. There's not always moments where it's like, oh, you're going to be a K3 director, right, at Parkway, or like starting June of 2025. Like that, God's not that specific, right? But if you look through your story, I think what's interesting is you were moving in that direction, right? But not on purpose, right? Not of your own plan, right? But what's cool is, had you not taken steps, like you knew the right places you needed to be, right? You were adjacent to the right things, right? Because I think this is just a good life lesson. There are times in life, I'll say it this way. So there's an Andy Stanley quote, which I think he stole from his dad. I'm sure he stole it from his dad.
I've stolen a few quotes from my dad.
Charles Stanley's fantastic, but he says this way, and I'm probably going to butcher it a little bit. He says, in the absence of a clear direction from God, do what you know to be right. Yeah. Right? And because sometimes God is quiet, right? But if you're following Christ, if you're seeking out his heart, then you understand his heart, right? So you know the things you should be about. You know, like, hey, serving in Youth Quest is a great thing, right? Even if that wasn't like the ultimate end goal, right? Youth Quest is a good thing, right? You're serving the church, you're doing ministry, you're doing good things, right? If you go off and do something else, right? And like even another good thing could have been like, you could have got a job at a TV station, like an internship, doing things like that. There's other things, right? But you knew, right, on whatever level, like, hey, I should be close to ministry, right? God put in me a desire to do ministry, right? And you may not have fully understood what that was at that time, but you knew, like, I need to be close to ministry, right? And I think that's an important thing for people to understand, right? So even if you're not called into full-time ministry, part-time vocational ministry, whatever, the important thing is, as you're trying to figure out what the super clear thing is for God, that God's calling you into, you can figure out the right thing, right? You can always take the next right step, right? I'm a big believer that God gave us brains, right? I'm fairly confident.
Most of us.
Most people, if you drive on 460, I'm not 100% sure that everybody, I'm not entirely confident of that all.
Or they're not using it to its full potential.
Or they're not using it, right? But God gave us an intellect, right, to discern, right? And he also encourages us to be, we should be, studying scripture, learning the heart of God, right? Which is how we discern it, right? And then there's a moment where God makes it abundantly clear, right? So I love that. It's fun to always look back through that's why I like hearing people's stories. So it's cool to look back through people's stories, right? Because in that moment, like when you get that, when you're texting your friend in band about like, oh, hey, I want to, work at this church for an internship, like, you don't know that it ends here.
Right.
Right. And what's even cooler is you think this, how old are you, Lindsey?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Okay. I was, Hudson was born when I was 22.
But I'm not having kids anytime soon.
That's a good call. Yeah, that's not a recommendation.
She's got enough kids here.
Yeah, I've got an army.
You absolutely do, and that's plenty. Yeah, if you've never been on the first floor on a Sunday, I don't get down there much on Sundays, and some of that's by design. Yeah, only if I have to fix something.
You get an emergency text from me on Sunday.
It does happen occasionally, and I'll tell you what. Most of the time, it actually works out for Christine and Andy as well. Most of the time, if I have to run from the third floor to the first floor. The problem is usually solved about midway down.
Or the problem still exists and the computer just needs Darren in the room. And
that does happen. It does happen.
Like, there's been a few times where I'm like, Darren, I promise this is broken. Like, I promise this was not working.
I believe it.
You just showed up.
I believe it. I trust you. I trust you because you are probably one of the more technically minded people on the staff.
I haven't had to teach you like anything with Planning Center. Like you and Christine just kind of took it head on and were like, we got this.
I will say I've used Planning Center before.
Well, that helps.
We used it for Youth Quest. So.
All right.
I will say they updated it, and I don't like the look of it.
The update is not. I mean, I had it like during the beta days, but beta.
No, I don't like it.
It's better.
It's better.
When did they update it?
Like the other day, it just
I don't
changed.
think I've seen it.
It's just, maybe it's just service.
It's just more like everything else technologically. It's just more bubbly.
It crashed last week because Amazon had an outage. Right. So if you don't know
That's a little scary that our world is like in shambles because Amazon has
a third of the internet basically exists on Amazon servers.
I couldn't ask AI anything.
Oh, gosh.
Just kidding.
So Josh and I had this fun theory that somebody had their first day at Amazon, right? And they unplugged a cable.
Fired.
And it's just like the whole
and then a third of the internet goes
like
down.
The whole world is just without access.
So Amazon owns a third of the internet?
Yeah,
is that what I'm
essentially.
How did I not? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so legit, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon Web Services. That's the majority of what all websites are hosted on. So speaking of which, Planning Center is hosted on Amazon Web Services. So when AWS had an outage, right, which wasn't their whole thing, right? It wasn't their whole thing. This is getting way nerdier than it should right now. It wasn't their whole web service, but it was like they have a data center, I think, in Northern Virginia, and it was that. So just certain sections.
Like Virginia?
No, it was a little more than that, but it was it was significant. Because I didn't notice it happened on a Friday, and I actually took part of Friday off. It was great. So I'm sitting at home, and I'm in all these Planning Center church groups.
Off?
Well,
like normally.
Ideally, yeah, most of the time.
Not you.
Some of us, yeah. Okay. But sometimes that doesn't always work out. And sometimes we make bad decisions and decide to, show up here anyways. But yeah, I'm scrolling Facebook and I'm in all these Planning Center church groups and everybody's like, is Planning Center down for you guys? Like anybody else can't get in Planning Center? And that's what it was. So, yeah, good fun.
Well,
wow, that is crazy.
Yeah. Welcome to the internet, everybody.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. The first floor. Yeah. The only time I go downstairs on the first floor is to check out my kids. And I can tell you as soon as I cross that threshold through the doors, my blood pressure goes up.
I was gonna say you always look like pretty pale in the face.
I'm not happy.
He just kind of always looks like that.
I am pale. I am German and Norwegian. It doesn't get much
pretty pale
than that.
Yeah, pale and a little bit red.
A little bit. Yeah. My beard is red. My hair was blonde.
I've seen pictures of him with hair. He did have hair at one point.
I've started sprouting gray hair.
I did have hair at one point. In fact, when I met Courtney, my hair was down to here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Loser.
And then I had children. So
what's funny is my dad has hair, but he's like the only one in his like friend group that has hair. So every time my mom posts like a photo of the family, his friends are trolling in the comments like jealous of his hair. But he just like has hair still because all of his friends are bald. But anyway.
That's so great.
All of you guys are bald.
Yes. Carly has a tendency to hire bald men.
Bald guys who need to find their place.
Maybe it makes him feel like a little bit more. Like
In fact,
me.
the oldest gentleman on our team has the most hair.
Dustin's dad.
Oh,
Yep, he's absolutely got the
Dad.
most hair.
yeah, that's true. He does have.
He might have the most hair of all the guys on staff.
You know, it reminds me of my grandpa. He had some wavy, gray, like luscious locks at like 77. I'm like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Why did God grace you with such beautiful hair? And here I am at 16, balding in high school.
That's why God just gave me the ability to grow a beard, because he knew my kids would make my hair fall out.
Same.
Right? Just like I
my
made my
kids,
dad's hair fall out. Right? It's mine is mostly my blonde one, but he knows it. He's well aware of it. And
Owen?
yes, oh yes,
He's
goodness,
so sweet.
Absolutely, they're all very sweet.
Oh, Lacey's sweet too.
Yeah, they're all very sweet.
They're all
They're
sweet.
very sweet, and I love them to death. But also,
They've made your hair fall out.
I'm very bald. Yeah,
That's the best thing about kids ministry is like you get them and they go home.
Yeah, you don't have to take them home.
Yeah, they go home and they're like, most of them are really sweet. Now there's like, everyone has their days for sure, but like, I'm also from the north, so we like, yes ma'am, no sir, that wasn't like a thing.
correct.
So like, there's this one kid who every time I'm like, okay, like make sure you're going with your leader, like we're leaving the yard or whatever. Like anytime I give him instruction, he's like, yes ma'am. And it's so cute.
Right?
Like,
Isn't it great?
it's so cute.
Yeah.
But then his mom is like, no, like he's not always like that. And I just like can't believe it.
Well, all the kids love Miss Lindsey. I know Christian loves you especially. He's a big fan. But he loves seeing you.
Lacey's a big fan.
And I'll tell you this: if you've not been down there, if you don't have kids and you don't get to hear the effects of it, Christian was singing the Books of the Bible song, in at the dinner table the other day.
Yep.
He's rattling them off, and he's rattling off verses, and you've had Grayson in the past, and like Grayson's the depth of Grayson's understanding of Scripture and things, like he'll pull out stuff like, taught you that. I didn't do
Grayson
that.
also told me one time that he prefers to memorize scripture in KJV.
Yeah.
Bro,
Grayson is his own breed.
that's awesome.
Grayson is very, very much his own breed. I don't know where he got that, but hey, we'll take it.
KJV.
So which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is he?
I don't know, what's the weirdest one? I mean, there's not a turtle. I mean, if he's anybody, he's Donatello, because the boy loves to read.
Okay.
And he's the only one with glasses. So
Yeah.
the boy loves to read. But yes.
Donatello.
But yes. Yeah. My boys love Miss Lindsey. All the kids down there love Miss Lindsey. So what I love about it too, what I love about what you guys are doing is, if you guys have not seen it, it is in no way, shape, or form babysitting. All right. So just so we're clear,
Yes.
there is none of
I
that
am not
happening.
a glorified babysitter.
Right. Yes. If it would, so we'd probably have to pay you a whole lot more if you were babysitting.
That's true.
I know what babysitting rates are,
So crazy.
especially per kid. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
True.
So you should look into that. Talk to Andy about that. Just take a table of like average babysitting rates in Virginia. Like, now, Andy, here's something we need to talk about.
Start charging parents babysitting fees.
Yeah, if you, dude,
Good thing it's not babysitting.
I'll tell you what we used to pay babysitters before Hudson was old enough. Like, I won't tell you. It was. I'll tell you
It's
later.
a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have paid them that
It's
much.
a whole lot.
They were great babysitters, but we shouldn't have paid them much.
Well, now, do you pay Hudson or is it just free labor?
There was a moment where we paid Hudson, and then it was like only if we were gone more than 2 hours, and then it was like $5 or something like that. So we've also not told him what we used to pay babysitters. So I'm holding that very close to the
Right,
vest.
because you don't want to find out.
Right. But at this point, it's we're leaving. Watch your brothers. No, we're not paying you because you live in this house and eat my food and don't pay my rent, and you leave the shower running too long and leave lights on all over the place.
I can't afford anybody else.
Yeah, because you eat all my food, I can't afford a babysitter, so you do this.
Oh my gosh. What does he like make them?
So they make a lot of frozen pizzas. They love frozen pizzas. They love pizza rolls. Like,
Okay.
Oh,
Because who
yeah.
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
We eat a lot of
Pizza rolls,
Because so-
staple.
I'm one of four, and I'm the third, so we were often left home with my older sisters. And the classic, like, Megan is babysitting us lunch, which, by the way, let me preface, she's a chef now. Like, she is, like, she's 2 Michelin stars. Like, she, like,
Holy cow.
runs, like, 3 or 4 different sushi restaurants in New York City. Like, this, she's, like, a
And
staff.
she's coming to visit soon, and she's making dinner for the whole staff.
They
Or...
are opening a restaurant in Virginia Beach.
Oh, so when we open up our Virginia Beach campus
But you
soon.
right.
Yes. She'll be catering every
If
Sunday.
we open up a Virginia Beach campus, I'm putting in for a transfer personally. But her, like, go-to babysitting meal was Kraft mac and cheese with, like, cut up hot dogs mixed in.
Yes.
That was like, yeah, because Mom made us eat healthy food. But if Megan was babysitting, we got to eat.
Kraft mac and cheese with hot dogs is a Michelin star, in my opinion.
yes.
That is
So
delicious and fantastic.
Well,
And
'cause
if you won't
it's-
eat that, then you're
yeah,
too bougie.
It's easy for all ages, you know.
Yes.
You can make it however old you are, and it tastes good however old you are.
Yes.
Especially when you're old and your taste buds start to decay.
Trevor, how old are you?
No, I'm not.
He seems a whole lot old. He sounds a
you're
whole
not
lot
talking
older.
about-
But I'm just saying, you know, there's instances where Grandma Whirly, God rest her soul, she had some pretty funky ingredients in the fridge, and she cooked with them. And you know that they were like a year or 2 old. And it's like, I don't know if I should be eating this, but she survived up to this point. The old Midwestern, you know, woman. And I survived, and it worked out. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. There's had to be something wrong with her taste buds.
That was wonderful. Thank you for that. Thank you for clarifying that, letting us know.
Old Dort, she was awesome.
So at what age do you think your taste buds will start to go?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, you're already having, like, sciatica. Or like
Man,
32?
from the top rope. I'm 31.
41?
It only goes
What?
downhill from here.
It's true. It does only go downhill. But I'll tell you what. All right. So I had somebody ask me, I think it was one of our kids. I can't remember. Somebody asked me, like, if you go back to your 20s, would you? I was like, no. I hated my 20s. Like, I didn't hate my 20s when I was in my 20s, but looking back on it, like, I am so much wiser, so much, like, and I'm not that wise and I'm not that smart, but, like,
I agree.
Like, I am I know so much more now. Like,
Yeah.
there are things like I would do completely differently in my 20s, right?
Yeah.
And so 20s are great.
Yeah, I mean,
But there's
if
a
you
lot of
wanna
things I
give
would
me
do
some
differently.
Wisdom.
Yeah, don't have a kid at 22.
I think
Well,
if I could go back to my 20s, I would have. I would have gone to school for something that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
I would have gone to college because I don't have a degree, unfortunately. But there's multiple things where I wish I had a degree in. It'd probably benefit me, but
Well,
then again, I wouldn't be where I'm sitting right now if I did do that. So
well, I went and got a degree in something I enjoyed, and I mean, I just graduated and I'm already not using it. So I will say I am using it. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I went for something general, because
Yes.
everything has media these days. But,
Right.
But
don't.
I also got a job in ministry, but the 90% of what I do is technology, and I have no training in it.
What's your degree in?
So my degree is in youth ministry.
So we should have just, like,
Yes, we should have switched.
can you go to like a notary and change
Can we call
the
Liberty? All right,
names on them?
so we need to get Liberty and Iwu on the phone, right? We'll do a 3-way call with Liberty and Iwu and be like, look, guys,
this is the deal.
they were a few years apart and they just had the wrong majors, right? Can we just
Right, just switch. Yep.
you know, just switch
Few
them?
years apart.
Look, we're just going to go with a few. It doesn't have to be
I think
basic.
I'm closer in age to your oldest son than I am.
Yo,
Look,
This is the bit. I like to make them feel old, even though they're not, like, objectively.
I am not objectively old because I do realize that Dustin is older than me,
Oh, okay.
which is always good.
Well, that is probably good that your senior pastor is more senior.
Yes, he is much more senior. Yeah, and our entire senior team is older than me.
it's true.
And so actually, it was funny. I had to ask Carly the other day how old I was by asking him how old he was, because we are a year and a month apart, right? A year or like a year and a couple of weeks. Like, we're very close in age, but he's a year older than me. So I had to double check with him to see how old he was, so I knew how old I
How
was.
old you were. Yeah.
Yes, I couldn't remember because at a certain point you just forget.
You're 48, right?
Yeah, might as well be. I'm about as old as your back.
Man, that's rough. Yeah, no, I am concerned about what it's going to be like when I stand up from this chair.
Well,
I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, I'll cut the camera off before you do
I was
that.
going to say we should keep it rolling.
Yeah,
The light's
sure,
still red.
I'll let that end there.
Freeze up.
Well, Lindsay, before we finish, one, I want to tell you, I feel very, very good. I told Brantley this too, so don't feel too special. But
Praise God.
no, my kids
feel weird.
are spread across all of our next gen ministries.
Yeah.
Literally every single one of our next gen ministries, minus the nursery and early childhood. My kids are in.
I mean, you could change that.
Nope. Not going to do that.
Oh, brother.
I believe that to better people than me.
Amen to that, sir.
Better people than me will be
Same.
fruitful and multiplying from now on.
Hey, you heard Dustin's sermon on Sunday.
You know what? There
What
are
a good
plenty
sermon.
of better people than me. Like our good friend John Spencer, who took that command
yes.
quite literally and is living the new dad life.
Yeah, I
and
just saw them yesterday.
right, he looked mostly awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes were kind of open. So good for him. Yeah, shout out to John and Cassidy. They're going to be great. They're going to be great
Oh,
parents.
yeah.
That's
For
fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing them as parents. It's fun.
Yeah,
But tell us something about. Oh, I was telling you something good. Never mind. Before you go there, I forgot. I was trying to give you a compliment and tell you good things. But I feel incredibly comfortable as a parent of where our kids are, how our kids are being discipled between you and Lindsey and Brentley and John. Like all four of my kids are spread across all four of you guys, like individually. So it's ridiculously cool to have your kids be discipled by people that you trust. So thank you for teaching my kids the Bible and loving my kids and, correcting my kids. They need a little bit of correction. And you do it so well. It's so good. So if you are watching right now and you're thinking, if you are on Facebook and you're scrolling and you're on one of those Roanoke pages, like, I'm looking for a good church with a good kids ministry, this is it. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is it. There are a lot of good ones in the valley, but you're listening to one about this one, and you're listening to a podcast about this one, and I'm gonna tell you, this is it. You found it.
And if you're wondering why your K3 child or children are super interested in the gospel and what the word has to say, it's because of Lindsey.
Well, it's because of the Lord.
Well, yes, but he's using you
Yes.
in a powerful way.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, not all kids' ministries are created equal. And our kids are definitely in good hands here. So,
and it's a part of what God's doing at Parkway overall, right? Rising tide lifts all ships, right? God's doing that's my cliche of the day.
That was good. I don't think I've heard that one before. Was it original?
Right. Yeah. No. Rising tide lifts all ships. Look, there are no original quotes. Not a bit. There are no original quotes. Not a one. Other than get your foot out of the toilet. That might be original to me. That's a fun.
How many times have you had to say that?
I think only once.
Okay.
Only once that I recall, but I also never expected to say it. So, if I have an original quote, it's that. But yes, God's doing something special at Parkway. I've been in church a long time, been in a lot of different churches, and God is doing something right now at Parkway, and it's just cool to be a part of. Like, it's fun just to sit back and, like, we work hard and we do a lot of stuff and we have a lot of strategy, but really at the end of the day, we kind of sit back and just like, well, that was cool, God.
Like what the Lord does.
let's do it again.
Like, I didn't plan for that. That was cool. Way to go. Like, do some more. What's next? So it's really cool. But tell us something. Is there something in K3 that you want to plug? Something you want to tell us about K3? Anything you want to let people know about?
I would say, obviously Candyland. But
Obviously Candyland. And can they bring some candy? Like, if they're watching this right now, can they drive over to the church and bring us candy?
Come today. We need, I think, 18,000 more pieces, which frankly,
It's not bad.
It's pretty fantastic.
We doubled the number this year, and in the past years, I don't think the goal has been met. So, like, the fact that there's been that much brought in is crazy. But yeah, so you can bring candy, and come to Candyland. Tell your friends. Trying to think, what my brain, I think, stops. Like, I'm not really sure what's going to happen after Sunday morning.
You know, there's stuff that's not fully planned out yet that you can't just announce. So I get it.
Yeah. We'll let you think more once Candyland is done.
Yeah.
Because Candyland is kind of consuming the entire staff right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think something I'm really excited about, and I feel like I keep talking about it, but I just love curriculum, is our new curriculum. That's really exciting, but that's kids ministry in general. And so we're going from Genesis to Revelation in a year, but it's on a 4-year scope and sequence. So we'll do the same each year, like Old Testament until Christmas, Gospels until Easter, early church until August, finish up August in Revelation, and then do it all over again, but we follow different storylines in Scripture. And so right now we're following the Abrahamic covenant throughout the Old Testament, and so I mean they made it to the Promised Land last week. We'll see what happens this week, but
to be continued.
We'll see what happens. Not like there's a book written on it or anything,
right?
So
and
anyway,
I've read the end of the
really
book too. I do know how it ends.
I've read the Cliff Notes.
Use ChatGPT to get this.
For all you youngins out there, Cliff Notes is what we used to use in school to get our book reports written. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, that's I think just
awesome.
like the really exciting thing for me right now, because that's the stuff I care about is the Scripture and all that. But
cool. When you first started talking to us about that, I think that blew me away, because we're not just teaching kids topical things like be nice to your friends. Like we're going to talk about that, and those are great things.
Yeah.
But we're going to teach them more.
Yeah. And I think it's like really my goal is to set kids up for a lifelong like journey with the Lord. And so if we're teaching them like the foundation, which is like that the Bible's one big story, and it's all about how God made a plan after humans screwed things up to like send Jesus, and that it wasn't just something that happened, you know. And then how he still has a plan, and we're still like waiting. So I think that like if kids can wrap their minds around that, I don't think I wrapped my mind around that until I was like in college, like in Bible classes, where I was like, oh yeah, you know. So if kids can wrap their mind around that, then I think it like we'll set them up.
They can understand and retain a lot more than we give them credit for.
And it's like the foundations. Like I mean, we pick on some people on staff who like have so much Scripture memorized, but it's because they were in, you know, Christian school and in churches that just like, you know, and had parents that made them memorize Scripture, but now they're adults and they still know it. Now, do you know how hard it is to memorize Scripture?
It's way harder than it used to be.
It's very difficult.
So like, anyway, so that, I've really been enjoying that. And so have our leaders and I think our families. So
that's so good. I love that you're excited about kids learning the Bible. That's the coolest possible thing.
My favorite.
Like we're about to give away 64,000 pieces of candy, which is cool, but like we're excited about teaching kids.
All our kids are going to be biblical scholars by 12. Right. There's so many theologians coming out of Parkway.
I mean, Christian already wears a suit most Sundays. So.
He is looking dapper every Sunday.
I'm excited to see, like, it'll be cool to see, you know, all these kids grow up and see what they're going to be when they grow up. I think Lacey is going to be the first female president.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because my brother-in-law says Lacey is going to be a lawyer.
Yeah,
it's the same vein, man.
Yep.
Yeah, she is like the most determined child I've ever met to memorize Scripture. And it's like not okay if you tell her like, hey, maybe just practice at home this week and you'll get it by next Sunday. Like, absolutely not.
No, she wants that candy.
Yeah. And then like Christian, you know, I can't really put my like finger on.
He's his own breed.
Yeah.
He's something different.
I think he'll like start his own sort of. Oh, I did ask him though. I was like, Christian, what do you want to be when you grow up? A few weeks ago, just in the office, and Courtney was like out by the like paper thing right outside my office. And I was like, Christian, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he was like, I want to be a pastor.
Oh, how sweet.
That was really cute. And Courtney was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I want to teach people about God.
Oh, hey, we'll take it.
Look at that.
That's right. I said for a very long time about him, he will do great or terrible things. There will be no middle ground. Right? Whatever he does will be big.
He does have that like evil look. Like
It might
looks
be
like he's up
terrible.
to something.
He might take over the world, right? He might become Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, right? Or he's going to be Perry the Platypus.
You know, that's right.
Like,
Get him the hat.
It's one of those, right? There's no middle ground for that kid.
I mean, he has the hat. Like, he
that's
wears
true.
that.
He does have the hat. That's true. Good heavens. Well, Lindsey, thanks so much for joining us.
for having me.
Good to have you on. You fit so well. We're going to have you back too. You guys, look, we got to stop bringing on good people because then people want to listen to them.
Yeah, because they're getting tired of me.
Well, you know, I can understand that.
Yeah. Tired of hearing about my back problems.
That's okay. That's a new one.
Tired of
But
it,
yeah, thanks for what you're doing in K3. You guys are killing it. It's just I get the inside perspective because I work here and because I'm a parent, and absolutely wonderful, fantastic. So, thanks for discipling my kid and loving them and putting up with them and. and their goofiness. So and thank you for joining us again. We'd love for you to share this with somebody. There's probably somewhere in your world, especially in Roanoke. I see this all the time on Facebook. Like, we're looking for a church, we're looking for these things, and one of the number one things people are looking for in a church is a place for the kids, right? There's other things you should be looking for. We could talk about that another time, but absolutely, if you can find a church that is, I'll tell you, in Roanoke, I know at least one. There's others too, but I'll tell you, I know I can vouch for one right here at Parkway. Find a church that's teaching your kids to love Scripture and to love Jesus, right?
Yep.
If your kids love church, you're in the right place, right? You're doing something right. If your kids love memorizing Scripture, love learning about Scripture, and they love being at church, something is happening right. So look for that in a church. So wherever you're at, if you're in Roanoke, if you're across the world, if you're in this great place up north called New York that some people are from, find a good church up there and look for that criteria because that's what's going to ultimately make the difference, right? But yeah, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Midweek Motivation. Have a great week and stay motivated.
Stay motivated, my friends.
Let's go.